Let's hope that this guy is the one, Ryan Pace. The Chicago Bears take another stab at finding that star tight end in this offense. They have just drafted Cole Kmet, tight end from Notre Dame, the #1 tight end in this entire draft class, to hopefully be, that star tight end in this offense that they desperately need. What is up, guys? I'm back with the Bears offseason reaction videos. If you're new to the channel, subscribe for more Bears analysis, more reactions, more highlights, and so forth. I'll be coming out with a lot of Bears content over the next couple weeks. But guys, man, if any of you were in the live stream, which for some reason I can't get that live stream to actually show up on my channel, so if you missed it, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it again. But my live reaction to these picks, I wasn't that happy at first when I saw we picked Cole Kmet, because you all know how I feel about this offensive line. I really thought that we desperately needed offensive line upgrades. Josh Jones was still available. I thought that we could also get a guy like maybe Denzel Mims, who was a receiver, a star receiver. I thought that, that Bears might potentially look at, but Mims also did go a lot later than even our pick. So maybe Mims wasn't that good either. And also with Josh Jones, I mean, as of the time I'm recording this video, he still has not been taken yet. So maybe with these two players, there's stuff behind the scenes that we didn't know about. But nonetheless, I was hoping for some sort of help on the offensive line, maybe some sort of help at receiver, because we did just sign Jimmy Graham to a massive contract. But Ryan Pace, man, he has been looking for a tight end, a star tight end, for a long, long time, and he is hoping this third try is going to be the one. Okay, first he gets Adam Shaheen with the 45th pick in the 2017 draft. That was a bust. He gets Trey Burton in 2018. That guy was a bust as well. So this is pretty much his third, massive investment in a tight end, not including Jimmy Graham, obviously. And he is hoping that this guy's going to be the one. And guys, I have to say that after, taking some more time to think about this pick, thinking about the pros and the cons, man, I have to say it is a good pick, okay? My initial reaction was, like a lot of you guys, I wanted that star offensive lineman. I wanted that help at receiver. I wanted maybe some more help at DB, which we did get a couple picks later, which that's going to be for my next video. Jalen Johnson I'm talking about. But when you look at this pick from an unbiased point of view, putting aside like which players you wanted, if you look at what the analysts are saying, if you look at what a lot of the scouts are saying, man, they're all giving us like A+ grades for this draft pick. It is without a doubt a really good pick, because the Bears did need, a star tight end of the future. And although we did get Jimmy Graham, and although we have like 9 other tight ends on this roster, we don't have a great one. We don't have a star one. We don't have that, we don't have that George Kittle in our offense. We don't have that Travis Kelce in our offense. And when you have a guy like this who has the size to be both of those players, maybe be like a Gronk type of player, which it's too early to say right now, but he has that potential, you gotta go for him probably when you are Ryan Pace. I know that Ryan Pace has not been a good judger of, tight end talent so far. He's whiffed on a lot of them, but maybe the third time is the charm, because if you just look at this guy's highlights, how he plays the game, if you look at his production in his last year in college, okay, his first 2 years were not that great, but his last year at Notre Dame, he had 6 touchdowns, 515 yards, and that's also an offense that does not utilize their tight ends as much as other offenses do, other colleges. So, to even put up those numbers, that's a really good sign, obviously. And, the potential, like I've been saying all along, it is there. Let's take a look at this guy's size. So he is massive, obviously. He's 6'6", 262 pounds. His arms are 33 inches. His hands are 10.5 inches. So he has great size. He has elite size, honestly. He has that size that he could post up against, any DB and catch the ball over them in the end zone. He also has that speed to get open. I believe he ran a 4.7 40-yard dash, which was actually one of the faster 40-yard dashes for all the tight ends. So this guy has the speed to get open. He has the size to catch, post up against DBs and catch the ball. And more than all this, man, this guy really wants to be a Chicago Bear. If you look at his reaction when he got drafted, I don't know if I've ever seen a player that excited to be a Chicago Bear.
Yeah, what's up? Oh my God. How are we doing? How you doing? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yes, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Thank you. I can't wait. I can't wait. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Let's go.
Wait. Oh my God. I can't wait. I can't wait. Let's do this thing. Let's do it. I can't wait. They're freaking out right now.
Oh my God.
They're all freaking out.
Oh my God, we are so excited.
Oh my God.
Let's go.
They're pumped. They're ready. They're ready.
Oh my God.
Let's do it. Let's do it. What's up, boys? Let's do it.
Woo!
Hey, how are you?
Oh my God.
Oh my God. I will.
Oh my God.
We're gonna have some reach out, get her all set up, enjoy this, okay, brother?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
This guy actually grew up in Lake Barrington, which is a suburb of Chicago, so he grew up being a Bears fan, I think. So it's really cool, honestly, to get a guy like this that probably dreamed of being a Bears fan when he was older, right? We're making his childhood dream come true. And it's always a good thing whenever you have a guy that really wants to be where he is at, okay? He's going to be happy here probably. I mean, he's going to really like being part of this offense. He's going to be really excited to play here. And he's probably going to try his absolute best, to be the best player he can possibly be. You could make the argument that the Bears kind of reached for Cole Kmet. This guy was definitely not the best player available at that time. But when you have a need as big as the Bears at tight end, when you consider the fact that our tight ends were probably the worst in the entire NFL last year, and the fact that Jimmy Graham is aging, he hasn't really produced that much over the past 2 years, which I still don't understand getting that big contract for him, but that's in the past now. When you take all those things into account, if you are Ryan Pace, you still have to get a tight end. And in a class that's as weak as this one in tight ends, I mean, why not go for the best one? So it does make sense when you look at it that way. Cole Kmet, again, if he improves as a blocker, okay, his blocking it's decent, obviously, but if he can improve his blocking to be near elite or at least above average, this guy could develop into a star tight end. He already has star receiving ability. Instantly pretty much, he's going to be a really great option for the Bears. Going down the field, in the middle of the field, he can be Trubisky's security blanket sometimes because he does have, that athleticism to get open. He's not the most athletic, but he has enough of it to get open. And with his size, obviously, it makes it a lot easier to push these linebackers around, and run after the catch is always great with him. But if he can improve as a run blocker, man, that's the one area. If he does improve, he can be truly elite. He can be like that Gronk type of player. He can be like that George Kittle type of player who are both dominant in the run and in the receiving game. And if this guy truly lives up to his potential, he could be the number 2 receiving option on the Bears in a couple years. Right now, Allen Robinson is without a doubt going to be our number 1 option for the foreseeable future, so he's not going to unseat him. But as a number 2 option in an offense like this, Matt Nagy's offense, generally a tight end can be a number 2 option, especially a tight end like Cole Kmet if he fully develops. If you look at Travis Kelce in that Kansas City Chiefs offense, right? If you look at George Kittle in that 49ers offense, you can make the argument that those guys are without a doubt either the number 1 or number 2 options on their team. So even being a tight end, this guy can bring such tremendous value to our team, especially in a league that, more than ever before utilizes tight ends, especially star pass-catching tight ends. So if this move actually works out and Cole Kmet turns into the steal of the NFL draft, I mean, this could be the pick that honestly saves Ryan Pace his job, because this is a guy that, if he is fully at his potential, if he fully develops, the way that people think he can, this guy could be a game changer on offense for a long, long time. He could be that Greg Olsen type of tight end for us. And I know I've said similar things about, Adam Shaheen in the past, right? I really liked Adam Shaheen as well coming out of college. But if this guy can be the one, if this guy, finally undoes all those bad years we have had at tight end, this could really change our offense. and it could save Ryan Pace's job because Ryan Pace needs to fix this offense, and this guy has the potential to do that. So, like I've been saying this entire video, this is a good pick. Obviously, my initial reaction was not that excited towards it, but thinking about it more, looking at his pros and his cons, and looking at how he could potentially develop for us in the future, this was a pretty decent pick. So, let me know what you guys think about this pick in the comments down below. I know some of you will not like it because you did want that O-line help, but nonetheless, he is a good player. I'll be coming out with the highlight video of him, hopefully in the next week, maybe sooner. I'll try to get it as fast as I possibly can, but let me know what you guys think down below. As always, bear down.